Hello and welcome, welcome. It is 1 o'clock or a little bit after 1. Welcome. I wanted to go into how, being that the Father has said that men are out here sick. Okay. And I spoke about this yesterday about how men stop looking for love. Stop going out here trying to search for love. And then only to turn around and say that's not what you're searching for, because in actuality you do not know what you're searching for. But in the spirit, I keep seeing every man that keeps saying that they're not looking, they don't know what they're looking for, and what it is that they're looking for is love. Not the love in which they are supposed to be with. It's the love where you grab on of another person's soul and you take their soul and you use their stuff. Like, this is not standing upright. This is not standing upright when you got to go out here and it's not right when you have to go out here and search for things and not understand how much more is out here for you. But it is really good for you men to not to go out here and get a woman with iniquity. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is you're searching for love, you looking for love, but in reality, you are looking for iniquity. And that's what you're going to find. That's what you're going to find. Iniquity. So I'm going to go over a little bit about this before I end this live. And I hope this truly awakens someone up to what it is that they really need to get out of this. Okay? Mm. Um, so So, I already know that the men are going to start coming out because I'm saying something about this situation. And I really need to say something about this. So, it is necessary for me to get this out. But this needs to get out. This really, truly needs to get out. Hold on just a second. This thing doesn't want to operate half the time. Anyway, we don't hate you because you are single. We hate you because you. Hey, guess what? I really don't care nothing about those words. I don't. I mean, you got the wrong person. I don't feel bad about myself. So when y'all say stuff like that, you barking up the wrong tree. But I know that you all are men who are coming in crashing because you okay with searching for love in all the wrong places. But I'm here to try to say to you, and you also are the men who don't want women to speak up and say things that we supposed to actually tell you. You want to hear women that got pages. Thank you, Atticus. But you want to be dealing with women who got pages telling you how to get a man with means and money. Instead, a woman who trying to tell you that to stop searching after love, so when you get older, you won't be called that grumpy old man. And then you have these women who will come to you as a man that will be with you as this grumpy old man because you've been searching for love this whole time, and then you wind up older with a woman that really truly don't love you, but she's showing you love. But it's a long space in between that's causing your health to go bad. That's causing your finance to be depleted all of a sudden. That's causing your mama to leave the earth before her time because you not in your righteous position. All I'm trying to do is tell you something that you need to know about. It's always a little hot. A little hot. But it's not my problem that you don't want to listen to what I gotta say. But I do have to get this out. I do have to say this. There are also women who will come on here and be upset at me because I'm telling you and talking about what you really need to know about, and that is that women, you know that you're not supposed to awaken love until it pleases. And if you do anything outside of that just to connect to that man, you know you're going to put that man in sickness, death, for real. And when y'all go down that line and they say to love that man to sickness and death, that's exactly what you want to do. Put a death and a sickness to that man. You wrong for that, women. Yeah, so I know I'm going to get y'all too to come on here acting up. Because you don't want me to tell these things that really need not to be secrets anymore. Like I said yesterday, it is very unattractive to be in a group of ladies against someone that's married to her man and tell her and make fun of her man because he don't have no job or he ain't working. But yet this woman is with this man and she's married to this man and she's trying to get her thoughts together. And yet all you crowd of women's that she's hanging out with, which she really don't supposed to be hanging out with y'all because y'all single. She ain't supposed to be hanging out with you single women because y'all single women are all in the crowd, as I'm seeing this in the spirit realm, as I'm talking to you. Y'all all in a single woman's crowd telling this woman, amping this woman up, saying, yeah, she don't want no single man. She don't want no man that's ain't got no money. Y'all sitting up here making fun of her, all up in her business. Just because her man is with her all the time. Y'all is under the impression that her man ain't got no money. So all about money stuff, women, this gonna have to stop. And I'm gonna be the one that come out and say, because I'm not biased to the men and to the women, I ain't taking no sides. I'm not. Because I will not be made out to look like a fool. Because my God is here. And I got to take heed to what he talking about. So men, back to what I said. Well, let me get some of these people off my stuff that don't have nothing nice to say. We're gonna move some of these people off of here. Come back, evolved, wrong live. But iniquity is what you and I'm gonna continue to talk about this because this is just a short, brief, straight to the point content for you out there. And that is that a lot of you men are sick due to you chasing after love. You are chasing after love. And that means you are chasing after a woman of iniquity, which is this iniquity is causing you to be sick. And that sickness is that it is a long space in between you and this woman that's actually right here in front of you. Instead, you are overpowered by the things that she has. Instead of loving God and stepping up to be the man that you are needing to be in order to see this woman that is naturally in front of you in the spirit. Instead, you seeing her in the things that she is, and that is that physical self of that woman. Look at the woman. You don't have to be sick no more, men and women. Let me tell you something. You do not have to sit here and love on a man and you know you don't even really love this man. So you want to pick everything that's inside of you about this man that you can have. So basically you using him. It's called usury. And the Lord already spoke about usury in the Bible. He said his children will not be in usury. Thank you, Abdurman Ali. Thank you. The men of Christ will not be in the women of Christ and the men of Christ, his children, will not go for being in usury. It's not English he's speaking. So I'm not really worried about what he's talking about. But back to what I was saying. It's iniquity when you pulling love from somebody, because you basically taking someone's soul and you're using it. You're using it for your own pleasures, your own things. And then that means that you're going to take that person's soul with you to another person. And then that means that you are furthering being sick, because you are not being yourself. You're not being yourself. You know, I wanted to come on here and say how iniquity of how a man is not supposed to chase after love, because that's iniquity. But the other part of the iniquity is how a woman is not even supposed to awaken love until it pleases. I'm sorry, I can't tell you where I come from, because I know that you friended me and you kind of tried to get me on your side, but I'm sorry, I can't tell you where I come from, because there are many people out here that want to come and get near where I'm at in the spirit, though. And I'm not finna play with y'all. I'm constantly having to take y'all up out of my spirit and take you all up out of my home, because y'all do these little wicked things in the spirit. And I don't got time for that. But I will keep on talking about what I need to talk about. And that is, all right, men, you know that you're not supposed to be searching for love. This causes sickness. And this is iniquity. Women, you know you're not supposed to awaken love until it pleases, which means that you know you ain't supposed to be visiting that man's house. You already know you're not supposed to be having sex with that man in his house or in your house or anywhere. You know you're not supposed to be using your mouth for nothing. You know you're not supposed to be using your hands for nothing. Central, earthly, or heavenly. This is for the glory of God, and not your own glory, but this is supposed to be done unto the glory of God. This is always happened to be praises due upright unto God. If it's not in the praises of God, I'm telling you, then you and that woman, men, are not supposed to be together. Y'all not. You can make it bond. You can make a bond because of your ancestors and all those different things and the treasures of that. You know, I've had people, men in the spirit, want to come and be with me, but being that they are so, God showed me this too, they so into ancestral stuff that they had to get the okay from the dead of my grandmother, from the dead. And when they was okay with that, I said, okay, I'm glad I dodged a bullet, because that means that person gonna be digging for something inside of me to use, and then the next thing you know, they're gonna be gone. That means they didn't have good intentions. They just wanted to ruin me. And I was getting that a lot. And I see that a lot of men do that in the spirit, like they are very sick. So they would rather play around with the dead, turn around and play around with the stuff from the grave, rather than getting the head straight on in all praises, being lined up with Christ and going for that particular woman that they need to go for. And they don't want to do that. The woman that's standing right before them, they don't want that woman. They want the treasures of that woman. They want the promises of that woman. They want everything surrounding that woman but that woman. This physical is not that woman. You got to be able to see, men, you got to be able to see what that woman is before you. Or you're going to put a death to yourself, a sickness to yourself, a disease to yourself. You're going to be that grouchy old man that woman who only want money rely on. And then that woman who's showing you like she really love you, in the end is only using you for death. And then if you don't die quick enough, like she give you a certain amount of time for death. Did you know that? That woman that wants you dead, she give you a amped amount of time for death. So she love you and give you everything you need until death. But if you don't die quick enough within the time, they give you up to like 20 years on the death department, depending on how old they are. What's their age? The woman does. Men, I'm gonna tell you that right now. They might give you up to a 20 lifespan on what they trying to do with you. They will do that. Yeah, they will give you up to a 20-year span on your life, because they're not expecting you to live past that. Especially for those who are famous and known and up there. Oh yeah, they give you up to a 20 lifespan. But some of them will give you a 5-year lifespan. And then they terminating you themselves. Now, how they terminate you depends on what they gonna actually do. You know, but they'll stay with you 10 years until you get what they trying to do on the physical, because you're not going into the spiritual to find out anything. You just all surface wise. So they will give you that amount of time in the physical to get yourself together. Even though you are together, you got money to supply for them. But at the same time, this is for death do you part. You understand what I'm saying? This is for death do you part, and you ain't deadening quick enough. But some people will, if you live past the 5, and then you already gave them the 10 years before you married them, and I'm not talking bad about marriage, because you need to marry. But you need to look at the woman before you do anything, before you even make a move at that woman. Men, you need to look at the woman before you make a move toward that woman. Women, you need to look at the man before you make a move and open your love to that man, because you are going to put a killing to that man, women. Now I'm telling you that. I'm telling you, stop. Stop, because this is iniquity. God is upset with people from doing all these things. This is iniquity. Hello, Chelsea. How you doing today? It is iniquity that you are doing out here. Awakening love too soon, and men searching for love, and any little piece of love you find, you leaving one for the other. Stop this iniquity, y'all. This is sickening. This is not right. God has not put this here for us to do this. Y'all are doing the wrong thing, and he's calling y'all out to stop this. I'm not going to tell you that. Y'all asking non-important questions. I'm not going to tell you that. That is, I don't have to tell you that. I don't. But this is the thing. I'm not going to argue back and forth with you neither, because you're not finna take visits to my house. Y'all keep on acting like y'all acting like these conversations that we have ain't bringing y'all into my home and inviting y'all into my house. And y'all got to go with all this foolishness, with all these things that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. And I really don't care about that. I don't. Thanks for the compliment. I really don't care about any of those things. I really don't. And I'm not finna tell you all about my business about no Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you if I believe in God. Check out my channel. Go look at some of my content. I'm not finna tell you all that. This video is for the men who need to stop. Well, too bad. You really don't want to know if I believe in God or not, do you? All right. So, on to what I'm saying, which I'm being taken off of what I'm trying to say from a million of people in my comment who I wish I could block as they speak. I wonder if I can like switch this to a certain thing, but I can't. Like, can I stop the comments down below? Let me see. I can't. I wish I could, because all of y'all would be stopping. But again, iniquity. And then this whole thing is about women who are in need of stopping giving out love when they not supposed to give out love. Instead, they giving out the love, they showing the love to men that they really don't care about. And they really don't love. But they giving it to them. They giving that love to them men based off of how they look, or how they can slowly manipulate them, and how they can easily persuade them, how much control they can have over them. And that don't matter the race. You can be black, white, Hispanic. How much control they can have over this man. That's basically why the women awaken love so soon, so that they can do what they need to do and finish you off. And I'm talking about iniquity. Iniquity. If you look at some of my videos, you'll see why I got this on my head. That's because this is what I do. I have this on my head because this is what I do. I wear this on my head. Now stop trying to do witchcraft on me, honey love. Get off of my live. Take all your witchy answers and questions and go put that off on somebody else. Poof. Be gone. You can have that. I don't want it. So, iniquity. Men, I'm going to tell you. For example, there are a lot of men who are like pretty men. You're very pretty. You know why you're pretty? And you would get a lot of women, but at the same time, they don't want you for the real reasons that they want you for, what you think they want you for. But you pretty. And they know that they can actually control you real easily. because of how puffed up that they know that you can become. And this is iniquity. So women go off of men in this, your jawline. This is your jawline. You got a left jawline and you got a right jawline. That's how a woman dictates how a man looks to them. Your jawline. Your jawline dictates how beautiful the kid's gonna be. Even your left cheek and your right cheek, if they like what mine look like, they determine if your kid's gonna be beautiful on that too. Women do, especially the opposite race of you. And that's why they get with you, because they know they already know what you about. The devil hooks up many people for many reasons. Also, your hair, your length of your hair. You know, whether it's short, long, curly, or natural. They go off of that. Men. But these jaw lines, those the real indicators of you getting the woman that you want. You have access to many women that you want with that, depending on your jawline. Nice jawlines with a nice Adam apple is even good too. Nice jawlines with a nice little Adam apple is good too. Okay, and that gives you a mixture of a lot of women. But what I'm going with this is that I'm saying to you how there are a lot of men who are in iniquity, chasing after iniquity, and you are you don't know that when you come up against, like, say for instance, you living with your mom and you got all these features, right? The most prettiest woman, the most prettiest man, the more women that they will have. The more jawline features and these features that you have in this here, in this Adam apples that you have with the connection all together, that's right on point, the more women, the variety of women that you have. You understand what I'm saying? That's called pretty boy. And a lot of you have pretty boy syndromes, even though you're not looking up to par in real time. It's just the features make you pretty. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do it look like I got a nose? Boop. Silly butt. Old son Bill Latin is acting up on this live right now, asking me, do I have stuff on my face? Look, you see what I got, and I got Christ on my side too. I don't gotta answer you if I don't want to. You just want me to talk with you, but I ignore you, for real though. But with these things that I mentioned, that's what makes you pretty, even if you're not even looking up to par on the outside. Those things make you pretty. That's the pretty boy syndrome. And to have the pretty boy syndrome, that means that, again, you can get any woman that you want. And to get any woman that you want, that means that now you're going to be going in the lines of iniquity. And now you're going to be getting mad at your mama because you get all the women you want, right? So being that you're getting all the women that you want, and you can do that, you're going to be more mad at your mama and causing pain towards your mom. And this is called how a wise son will, this is about the wise son, being a wise son. And it says how a wise son, what it say? A wise son, hold on, let me look in, because it talks about a wise son. Hold on. It says how a wise son okay, what did I do with it? Where is it? Where yet? Yes, after this. It talks about how a wise son is righteous. That's what it says. It's a little dark on my camera. I do apologize for that. But it talks about how a wise son is righteous. So in Proverbs 10, it says that a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. So a lot of pretty men out here, they got all the features that a woman wants. Y'all are putting death to your mom because of all of the women you able to get. Yeah. You don't want to see for the wife. Instead, you see for the many women that can make the many babies. And therefore, for some of y'all, that and therefore can make and make the creation that's out of order. That's what you're looking for. Rob, really? Your name is Rob 'em for cash. You're not making sense on what you're trying to say. See, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all are not here for the right reasons. And I could tell. I could tell by your name. I could tell by the spirit that's on you. And more. There is some dumb stuff going on. Some very stupidity, foolishness going on as we speak. And that's why I like to have my life with very few people. Because once I get y'all off of here, y'all don't even know when I'm coming. Shoot, I'm trying to get a word out. And it's only for the people who need it. Even if that's 1 or 2 people, I don't care. I didn't ask for none of y'all to come on this live. Not one of y'all. None of you. You can take yourself and leave. I've been on here 39 minutes now. And all I want to say is that, men, it's iniquity to be out here searching for love. Because if you are a very pretty man, if you are a pretty man, meaning that you got this chin, the nice chin, the cheeks, and you got the Adam's apple with this, and you ain't even got to look a certain way. You just got to have all those features to make you a pretty boy. That's the pretty boy syndrome. And it's a lot of you pretty boys that are acting like heathens towards your mom by yelling at her, causing pain towards her, making her feel tired and not able to take you. Because you got the pretty boy syndrome, and therefore, guess what? If you treating your mom like that, you're going to treat that woman like that. Because you searching for love and you finding all these women that love your features. They don't love how you look. but they love your features. They love that. Causing you to go into iniquity soon as they put that witchcraft on you. They love that. They love that. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They love that. But what they don't want to get off into is how much Christ loves the Son. They don't love that. But anyway, iniquity. This is what to do with how iniquity falls under the fact that men, all I really wanted to say was that men stop chasing after love and women stop awakening love when you know you're not supposed to awaken it. You got to you got to be patient. You got to wait on the Lord. Let the Lord tell you what you need to know. Let the Lord direct this. So go into your prayer session so it can open you up. Not so you can get into that person's business and then use them. Because you know, since you prayed, now you know what they want. Stop that, y'all. Y'all using y'all chosen ones stuff for evil. Y'all using y'all chosen one stuff for evil. And that's what's going to get you in a whole lot of trouble. Because God is starting to get on these people who are doing evil towards his children. God is starting to get on you all who are his children. And you used to serve him, but now you choose to do evil against him, now making you Satan's children. He's starting to hack down on you all because y'all are doing stuff against his actual children. But do believe that he using y'all to find out who is who believe in Christ, who really a chosen one and is following him. Not only being chosen, but also following him. And using y'all for some good towards the children of God too. Believe that. But men, you got to stop doing this because you are causing a death to your mothers. When you chase after women, because of how pretty, the pretty boy syndrome you got, you put the killing to your mom. Because you're going to have to deal with all this stuff that's on these women that you chasing after because you got pretty boy syndrome. And you can get any woman you want. You are putting the killing to your mom. But when you stay focused on that one woman, guess what happened to your mom? She lived long. She prospered. And guess what that makes for you? A blessing for you. Boom. You get shot with blessings every time. Boom, boom, boom. Those who make sure they mom that is in Christ stay living longer, you get blessings. Bet you didn't know that. Bet you didn't know that you get blessings whenever you line up with Christ and you make sure that mom that's in Christ live longer. Then their blessings get shot back at you because you blessing her, she blessing you. Y'all, mom and son, that's a blessing right there. And then you can be able to get in line and get the wife that actually is for you because you was patient. You get a chance to pick what you want from that woman. What you want. God want to know what you want. Tell her what you want. You can't just go out here and just pick a woman. God, you need to ask God, what do you want? What do you want? You need to ask God what you want. What do you want? Yep. You got to ask him. Meaning, Get ongoing communication with God. Get it. Have it. Protect it. So that you can be able to give that same thing to that wife or that woman that you giving to your mom. So that they can know that, and you will be able to get love. The actual love that you're supposed to be getting, and then you won't be getting angry because of certain circumstances. And then you can get blessed, and all of that just passes back and forth bounces between you and your mom. And then now you got the woman there, and then you separate from your mom easily to get to your wife. But if you keep on awakening love women, and if you keep on men searching for love men, making it seem like you're not, because that's the thing that you say, oh man, I'm looking for something. It's not this. I'm looking for something. You're looking for love, man. You're looking for love, man. God already showed me that. And it's nothing physical that you can try to say, oh, a man need to know that. No. We know that too. Why you think the women keep on getting over on you, man? Because y'all keep on trying to stop women from talking. Let us let you know what we know. You don't know more than we know. We all know the same because we are all with Christ. We all know what we know. You supposed to be over us as the leader. But we still all working for the kingdom of God. This is a business. This is a business matter. This ain't no one for all, one man fall for all. This is a business matter. I'll come back on and talk some more about this, but I gotta go. I've been staying on her too longer than I have to. Salute to you, soldiers. Salute to you, soldiers. I am up out of here because I gotta go. But I'll be back on her later on tonight with Bible study. Now, come bring it. Gotta go. I will be back on her for Bible study.